Hello handheld gamers and welcome to another video. So in today's comparison, we're going to look at my previous footage where I tested CyberPunk 2077 version 1.5 on my OneXPlayer 4000U. As you can see on screen, we used the lowest settings in graphics, FSR was set to ultra quality, 720p, with the turbo button switched off, with a max battery power saving plan, and we set VSync to 30. So I've set these same settings up in my latest install of CyberPunk. So I'm running 1.6 and all the same settings. We have obviously the OneXPlayer's been in use, so it's had some Windows updates and it's had some Radeon updates as well. So that might have a bearing on this, but I have tested this already. We're going to try and see if I can play my original benchmark and then this latest benchmark, overlay them and just see what the quality comes out like. So this will be kind of interesting, a little test for me to see if I can press play at the same point. we'll try, and we'll just look at the two bits of footage side by side, see if there's any power saving going on, see if the FPS is roughly the same, and we'll do a comparison at the end. So this is the fun when I press play in a second, try and get the two videos synchronized up. So if you like what I do, please like, share and subscribe. Especially any new users or new owners that are watching my footage, really do appreciate if you can subscribe. Appreciate likes, but subscriptions really help as well with the channel. I see I've got my footage a little bit out there, but we'll see. So I see CPU power between the previous footage and the latest footage is about the same. FPS is a tiny bit lower on the OneXPlayer now, although it seems to be steadying down now, so some little savings to be made in power. To be honest, I've been playing CyberPunk again recently, and I have noticed that the battery life's about the same, probably maximum about 2 hours on the OneXPlayer. The CPU's not pulling a huge amount of power, and the battery's quite big on the OneXPlayer. It's twice the size of the Steam Deck's battery, so a good solid 2 hours is what I'm seeing when I'm playing on it. Um, I've noticed though it feels smoother, so hopefully we'll see in this benchmark run at the end if there's been any improvements basically on the footage. Okay, so what we've seen here. So on the original, we saw 29.93, it's difficult to see there, but just under 30 FPS was the average. Now we're seeing 29.58, so a slight drop, about half a frame there, so probably not a huge margin. Minimum FPS on version 1.5 was just under 12 FPS, and minimum now is just under 15, so that's a decent uplift. Max FPS is a bit more balanced now. We're seeing max is just under 31, which is what you're targeting when you set VSync. Before we were seeing strange spikes up to 47, and the time to play the footage much the same. Slightly less frames on the latest playthrough, and that's probably because of these max FPS spikes. So I think the takeaway here is on version 1.5 we were seeing some quite big spikes above 30 FPS, even though we had it set to 30 FPS, and some big dips below. Now what we're seeing now is the spikes are definitely gone, and the dips, although they're still dips, they're not quite as severe as previously, which is probably why it feels a bit smoother, and it's also probably why we're not seeing a huge power saving going from version 1.5 to 1.6. But I think that's a positive. If you've been playing Cyberpunk 2077 on your OneXPlayer and you're a bit worried about upgrading to version 1.6, it looks like it's worth it. There's about a 4 frame uplift in the minimum FPS, and they've kind of squared off the max FPS, so yeah, it definitely feels smoother. I would definitely upgrade. Um, if you like what I do, guys, please like, share and subscribe. I'd really appreciate if some of the people that are watching my footage who haven't currently subscribed or have watched a few videos, really appreciate if you could subscribe. That'd be great. Thanks for watching.